Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Sidelines Unite team call. So happy that you joined us. It's October 9, and we have a special guest speaker tonight. I just can't wait to hear all that Leslie Hipp is going to train on. And thank you. Thank you for sharing this time. Because you're here, it shows me that you're invested in growing your business and growing yourself. And I just love that this team call represents what Arbonne culture is all about. It's that sidelines come together. We all support and help each other in this business. And the culture to me is what brings in high caliber people. People notice that this company is different. It's not about competing with each other. It's about completing each other. And I just have such the perfect story about Leslie because it really truly showed me the culture of Arbonne a long time ago. And I think it was probably in 2008. And I got a phone call out of the blue from a woman named Leslie Hipp. I didn't know who she was calling me, but she said, "Hi, I'm Leslie Hipp, and I just wanted you to know that I met a woman, so-and-so, who I don't remember from Adam, someone I met at a vendor show." And she says, "This woman wanted to place an order with me, but I asked if she had a consultant, and she said that you had talked to her first, so I just wanted you to have her information so that you could place the order." And I just remember being stunned because I was like, oh, okay, I don't even know Leslie. I don't know this woman, honestly. I probably, I just got her information at a vendor show. And I just was profoundly impacted by that phone call. I hung up and thought, what is with this Arbonne business? Because I want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? This company, like, who does that? I would have never have known if Leslie took that order. But just the fact that she took time out of her day to contact me, someone she didn't know either, and give me that, referral, refer that person back to me. It just showed me what this culture is about. And I knew that I wanted to know who Leslie Hipp was, and I knew I wanted to be friends with her. So look at us now. We get to be friends. We get to grow our teams together, and we get to share the culture of Arbonne together. So I just can't wait to hear from you, Leslie. Thank you again so much for preparing this training for all of us. You could have kept this to your team, but you are the person of integrity and a huge heart, and you share with everyone. So thank you so much. I can't wait. I have my notebook and pen ready.
Yay! Oh, and you're welcome, Tammy. And you know what? I don't even remember making that phone call. I remember getting the training on this is what you do in Arbonne, and I'm like, okay, aye, Captain. I'm coachable, so I did it. And, it felt like the right thing to do. So yay, that worked out. And look, we're friends today.
We're friends.
Thank you, Tammy. You're just so gracious, and you're a ray of sunshine. And I just am so grateful for you and putting these Sunday night calls together and gathering up the troops and knowing what to put out there. So certainly, like you said, I'm happy to share, and I'm excited to be with you all. It's always fun to be together on a Sunday evening and get rejuvenated for the week. Our topic today is about incorporating automation and systems into your business, so that you have a really successful business and you don't lose your mind, doing all that we do, right? So I'm gonna talk some of the concepts ahead of time here. But just a word of caution, I don't want you to get overwhelmed with some of the more technical details, you guys. I really want you to first get the concepts. Because once you understand the concepts, once you have that beacon in the night that you're following, everything else kind of makes sense, right? It's kind of like how you said, Tammy, when your dad understood the philosophy of Arbonne, the whole catalog made sense, right? So it's that concept that I want you to get. So don't get bogged down in the details. And I want to start out with this from author Michael Gerber. He wrote the book E-Myth, E-Myth. And just so you're not curious and thinking, what's the E stand for? It's entrepreneurial myth, okay? The book is fantastic. I do highly recommend it. But there's one point in there about systems and how systems create duplication and free you up from having to attend to every aspect of the business. So that's what we're going to talk about. But this quote from Michael Gerber goes like this, and it's, just a minute or so. So from Michael Gerber. And so the great ones I have known seem to possess an intuitive understanding that the only way to reach something higher is to focus their attention on the multitude of seemingly insignificant, unimportant, and boring things that make up every business. And that basically makes up every life for that matter. Those mundane and tedious little things that, when done exactly right, with the right kind of attention and intention, form in their aggregate a distinctive essence, an evanescence quality that distinguishes every great business you've ever done business with from its more mediocre counterpart whose owners are satisfied to simply get through the day. Yes, the simple truth about the greatest business people I have known is that they have a genuine fascination for the truly astonishing impact little things done exactly right can have on the world. And that's from the foreword in the book E-Myth by Michael Gerber. So what I learned in the beginning of my business, you guys, and I think you already know this too, is just to embrace the mundane, right? The everyday, seemingly insignificant tasks, like those 3 phone calls you didn't feel like making, but you did it anyway and you got a booking, right? Or that time you engaged the woman at the post office, but you didn't feel like talking. Or the simple thank you note you sent to a team member, right? It seems like it's mundane and it's little things, but they're oh so important for your business. Or how about this one, completing the 40 faces, like actually printing it and actually completing it. Like a simple thing, but when we don't do it, it has a big impact on our life as well, right? So I also learned that the truly simple business can become complex if we allow it to. Our bond by nature in its best is simple. And complexity comes in and it feels heavy, right? It feels hard. And that's one of the red flags I have is when complexity comes in, I'm like, why is this feeling so hard? Right? Because I got away from simple. So to keep it simple takes work though, and it takes discipline. And lastly, and the main point of this discussion is an effort to keep those things simple. You can and you should employ systems and automation that help you duplicate both wide and deep in your business. So for example, having a getting started system, right? We have a getting started system. How about a follow-up system? Or an automation for posting to social media, as in our 30-day clean eating programs. So we're gonna just start with some of the basic concepts so we're all starting in the same place. We engage with 40 new people every month to build our business. Out of those 40 people, we help them find their fit. Client, preferred client, consultant, or host. That's simple, right? That's just what we do. Can we agree that those are the basics? Yeah? Okay. Once we get those people into our world in one of those 4 ways, we need to take care of them, right? Fortune is in this follow-up. Make sure that their products arrived, help them invite their guests to their get-together, follow up, stay in touch, build a relationship, expand their product usage into other product lines. So if they started out on nutrition, expand to skincare. If they started in skincare, expand to cosmetics, and so forth. Just expand those lines. And for product users and hosts, when they invite them to take a look at the business, we also invite them to take a look at the business. So that's what we do with the existing pool. If we're talking to 40 faces every month, like for real, that existing pool of people we take to grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, right? Some people will continue to engage and some people won't. They'll fall out. It's like Rita Davenport used to call it a sieve. You want more people going in the top than can fall out the bottom, right? But at the same time, I feel like retention would be higher if we could have that growing pool of people be more engaged, right? Well, how do you do that? And at the same time, do your job of going out and finding 40 new. It's like I said before, the fortune is in the follow-up, and yes, we have to do that. But I also want to bring to your attention a really good podcast, and it's Network Marketing Heroes, Richard Blissbrook. It's a podcast, and it's one of the later ones, and it's a female, and I'll have to go back and actually look it up. But the concept that she wanted to talk about and that the host wanted to talk about was the fact that in network marketing, sometimes we focus too much on follow-up because it's so fun to say the quote, the fortune is in the follow-up. What we really need is a quote that talks about the 40. The fortune is in the 40. That's what I want to say. And what I want you to think about, and what I have done, is employed automation and systems to help me take care of the follow-up so I can focus on the 40 new, right? Because the 40 new is a very engaged relationship with someone. You're getting to know them. You're customizing the conversation. You have to really be present and use all your network marketing skills. But for the follow-up and some of the other things that we do that are part of the mundane and are part of the simple, we can automate and we can simplify and we can apply our systems to that. So we're going to talk about 2 tools in general, but dive into how I'm personally using them, and just 2 things, okay? The first tool is FitFu, and you've probably heard of FitFu, the software. If you're not using it, I invite you to take a look at it because it's a contact management system. So each of the 40 new people you meet every month go into this contact management system, first name, last name, address, phone number, birthday, all that good stuff, right? And if they ordered anything, you also get to mark them whether a client, preferred client, consultant, or host. And you get to categorize them however you want. You can customize how you group them. You can group team members, you can group preferred clients, you can group hot prospects. You can put them all in there in groups however you see fit for it. So the software is great for that. But that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is using one of their more advanced features called funnels. And funnels is where the automation comes in. So I just want to throw out one of the funnels that I have, or actually 2 of the funnels, just to give you an example. So I have a funnel called New Consultant. When I get a new consultant, I add her to my database in FitFu, and I drop her into the new consultant funnel. That new consultant funnel consists of a series of 12 emails that are sent automatically, 1 per day, from the time I drop that person into the funnel. And FitFu does that for me. You might be asking, what's in these emails? Well, the first one's a welcome. Welcome! And I introduce them to their upline, their VP team, all the way up to Cecilia Stoll. That's the first one. The second one is the list of resources like 1-800-ARBON, arbon.com, the source, things like that. Our Facebook page, our team Facebook group, I should say. It's a Facebook group. And I introduce them to resources. The next one is skill number 1 from Eric Warray. And there's a little YouTube link that is just skill number 1. I've already given them the book Go Pro because that's part of our getting started process. But we all know that sometimes we have to hear things 6 or 7 times before it sinks in. And some new business builders, consultants are not readers. Maybe they'll read a little bit if you really prod them, but a lot of people love YouTube. So it has a little YouTube link in there that goes through skill number 1. So it's little bite-sized pieces of information so that their head stays in the game. And this is part of duplicating the process deep, because you guys know the telephone game, right? You whisper one way, you all sit in a circle, you whisper one way and say, getting started, you do this first. And then by the time it goes all the way around, you get a whole different message. It's like, bring tacos to the party. It's like, I never said that, right? Okay, so that's duplicating deep into the team. Now, what I did is ask everybody on my team who wanted to be a part of this, like, I'm going to implement this for myself, but anyone who's in my success line who wants to opt in to this can do it. And everybody has done it so far. So let's say I have somebody 3 generations deep from me, they get a new consultant, I bring up the new consultant report, I get that new person's name and their email address, I add them to my FitFu and I drop them into the new consultant funnel, bam, takes about 2 minutes to do. And I know they're gonna get 12 timely emails and they're gonna get the information they need to get their business started right and get some of their basic curiosities satisfied. Does that make sense? So that's one of the funnels, the new consultant funnel. The next funnel that I do is with my people who are in the 30-day clean eating program, what we used to call a boot camp, or whatever you want to call it. As soon as I get someone engaged in the program, actually on the Sunday night of day 1, which is day 1 of the education week, so actually, yeah, so day 1, I drop them into the funnel. So they're going to get an email tomorrow starts education week. Don't forget to, go read your posts. And then another email each week on Sunday night asking them, do they have any questions? And the third one says, we start our 7-day body cleanse tomorrow. I'm so excited for you. But imagine, say, for example, right now, I think I have 7 people in the mid-October boot camp, and I'll talk about mid-October here in a second. They're all going to get that email from me tonight, and I'm sitting here talking with you. Oh, right. And so if they have any questions, I'm going to get feedback. And also what I'm doing, I'm engaging them with a phone call each week as well, but I'm at least starting the conversation in a timely manner so that if they do have any questions or need notifications, they're going to get them from me. Just those emails just have the basic information that they need to continue with the program. So it keeps them engaged, and it lets them know that I'm engaged with them as well. So they're also going to get a high touch experience, so phone calls, text, and things like that throughout, but it starts with that email. I know if anything happens to me, they're going to get an email. If I forget or whatever, it's automated. Okay, so those are 2 ways that I use the funnel feature within FitFu. So the next thing I want to talk about is Hootsuite. So at GTC last year, Guy Kawasaki was talking, he had 10 seconds and he mentioned Hootsuite and how it can automate things. And I'm like, what? What was that? Right? I went home, looked at my notes, forgot about it again, and I just kind of let it go. And then we had a call with Christine McIlvray and Karen Ertz, and they said they were using it. And I'm like, yes, okay, now I've got to really implement this. So I did. And if so the Hootsuite is a software program, and it is free, that allows you to post automatically to your social media site. And there's several different ways to use it. I don't use them in all different ways, but let me tell you how I do use it. So as you know, we have our 30-day program, our Arbonne Essentials, right? We all call it different things, so I'm just going to call it 30-day program. One of the ways that I use Hootsuite is I have set up all of the 37 or 35 posts that go out for our clean eating program. So we have our Facebook group, we'll call it October 30-day program. We have our business builders in there as members, and we have our participants who are guests coming into the boot camp. They've already purchased their ASVP. They're excited. They want to be part of the program. So every morning at 6:30 a.m., Hootsuite will automatically post that daily post for me. I don't have to do a thing. I'm definitely not engaged at it at that point, but they don't know the difference, right? But the point is the work is getting done in a timely manner, and it's consistent, and it's automated, and it's a system. So this was so easy for us, and I did a poll of my team and got 100% thumbs up on should we have a mid-month boot camp, a mid-month 30-day program, meaning we start our education week on the second Monday, and then day 1 of the actual clean eating starts on the 3rd Monday, and so forth, because we found there was a bigger gap, and we didn't want to postpone people, and we didn't want to have to catch up people. So you had a participant that wanted to start on the 11th of the month. Well, our education starts in 3 weeks. I didn't want to put them off, right? Because we wanted to build on that excitement. So we started a mid-month. It took me 10 minutes to set up, because all I did was copy, paste my Excel spreadsheet, change the date that I started to that second week instead of to the appropriate time. So we had started mid-month October, and I was done. It literally took me less than 10 minutes because all I have to do is go in and test it, make sure that it works. So again, automation. So we're running 2 boot camps per month, and it took me a total of about 15 minutes to set up. Systems and automation. So again, let me just backtrack a second. This is technical stuff, and I don't want you to get messed up in the technical aspects of how do I do this. If you get the software and you want to learn how to do it, it has great online help and tech support as far as Hootsuite goes. This is not hard to set up. I will even share my spreadsheet, so you can just use the spreadsheet and then change the date and upload it to Hootsuite, and you're good to go. well, maybe with some other tweaks, but we could talk about that later. The concept here is automation and systems, okay? That's the concept. And to backtrack even more, so you're not hung up on the technical aspects of this, do you have to do this to build your business? No, you don't. You need to talk to the people and see the people and follow up, offer products, find their fit, offer business, and build your business 40 faces per week. Now, these advanced tools help me because I'm going nation and I have a technical background. Are they easy enough for a layperson to use who doesn't have a technical background? Absolutely. Could you implement this in your business right now? You could if you wanted to. My suggestion, though, is to get with your upline, talk to them about it, and see if they want to implement it as a team or as a region or even as a nation. You could implement this within your team, like the new consultant emails, the funnel that's in FitFu, or the boot camp stuff. If you're running your own boot camp, you definitely should use Hootsuite. There's no question about that. So those are just two things, and that took a total of about, 27 minutes or 23 minutes to talk about, but the concepts are there, the tools are there. You can engage in this if you want to. I will share any material that I have, the Excel spreadsheets or the emails that I send out. The Orchard template or the Orchard templates that are a part of FitFu is where you will get all of my emails. To get attached to those, all you have to do is contact FitFu. I think it's info@fitfu.com and say, please connect me with Leslie Hipp's Orchard templates. And you'll get everything that I have. There's some updates that I still have to drag over there, but most of them are there. The boot camps are there. So that's what I have, Tammy. And I'm purposely only talking about 2 pieces of software or 2 features so as to not make this too confusing. These are the 2 biggest changes in my business that have been able to free me up and just breathe about my business because I know nobody's being left behind. So that's all I have.
I love it. I have so many papers. I've talked to you about this before. Just papers and things, and and I can't remember where I put papers. And shoot, where was that one girl I talked to in Las Vegas? Now I can't find her paper because we moved. And so FitFu is, yeah, I know. Thank you for bringing this up. I just have to get on this bandwagon so that we don't miss people because it's who we are. We are Arbonne. It's not corporate. It's not the products. People buy us first. So if we're like running late all the time, if we're sloppy, if our papers are falling apart, if we can't, keep in touch with people, we're a reflection of Arbonne. People buy into us. So it's true. We need to sharpen our image and what we're doing. And that's the thing in Arbonne. Once you're in, there's always room for improvement. Nobody's perfect. We're all, just constantly improving. And I love that we can learn from each other and grow together. So we'd love to open it up to questions. I know there has to be some. I love it. Thank you so much, Leslie.
Or Cheryl. Go ahead, Cheryl.
It's not a question. It's more of a statement. A lot of people are kind of intimidated by the FitFu because it's a computer program. But if you get it out of your mind that it's a computer thing and think of it as an app, everybody's really good at apps. So think of it as an app because there is an app for your phone for FitFu. It does start on the computer, but it's very intuitive. So in other words, it's like a very point and click type thing that you really can't mess up. So it's not like you're computer programming or anything like that. It's very if you can open up a Word document and type on it, you can really use FitFu. It's actually even easier than our Arbonne website. So it's very intuitive, and I use it, love it, and it gives you reminders on your phone. If you're like, oh my gosh, I need that person's phone number, you're not logging in to the Arbonne website, you just pull up your FitFu and you type in their first name and you hit enter and it pulls it up, and everything can be right there. So I really like the FitFu program. I love the funnels that Leslie has developed. I use all of them, and they are very like she says, they're doing your job for you in the background while you're doing the 40 new faces. So I think, like I said, everybody really should get on the bandwagon. It's really not hard, I promise.
You know what? You bring something up, Cheryl, that I wanted to mention is that I worked pretty closely with Mary Jane at FitFu for a while, just doing tweaks and giving her feedback and, just good conversation. And she's now in conversation with Arbonne Corporate. So, our little follow-up tab contact thing in Arbonne's website that has a few features. Well, just wait, because they're working on an agreement to connect the two. So be able to connect your website to FitFu and have orders. I'm telling you, it's powerful stuff. And that Mary Jane, I believe in her. Like you were saying, Tammy, earlier, I believe in her. I think this is going to be completely amazing for us.
Awesome. I just wanted to thank you, Leslie.
Oh, you're welcome, Karen. My pleasure.
The other thing is there's a there is a FitFu private Facebook group for just Arbonne, because FitFu does support other network marketing companies, but we have one that is just for Arbonne. And so if you're interested, just after we hit the recording on this call, just tag me, say, Cheryl, I'm interested, and I can drop you right into the group. It's not, it's just for Arbonne. So it's just like, if you have a question like, how do you do that signature, or how do you do this, you can ask in there, and she's looking at that. So she's part of this group. And the great thing is when you go to FitFu, every single step of the way, there's a video on how to do whatever you want to do. So, and it's like, they're short videos, and they're like, they show you pictures and just not saying, here's how you do it. It's like step by step. It's like every step of the way. How do you add somebody? How do you do this? There's videos on every single step, which is very nice too.
Perfect.
Thank you. Amy, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So Melinda and I have talked about it. It's something I've thought about. It completely intimidates me, the thought of getting it started. What would you say is the easiest way to get it started? Would it be with people that are already preferred clients? Would it be with entering new contacts? What would be your recommendation to start off?
Yeah. Amy, that's the number one question I always get, and here's my answer.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing you're going to do, step one, is enter all your hot prospects. So those sticky notes, those little scraps of paper, the notes on your phone?
Yep.
Add them one by one. Click add client, type in the information, first name, last name, phone number, email, whatever you have, get them in there.
Okay.
So that's step one. Step two is you're going to import your preferred clients from Arbonne's website. So you do an export from Arbonne and then an import into FitFu. That's step two, your preferred clients, because these are the high-touch people. So we're doing high-tech, high-touch, high-tech, high-touch. These are your high-touch people, your preferred clients. They are there because you are their consultant.
Mm-hmm.
So you categorize them as preferred. That's the category that's already in FitFu. You categorize them as preferred, and then you can search on all your preferred clients, and you can do a lot of things with those. In fact, one of those is send out the e-sign, the Your Team News e-sign. If you're not using that, I recommend that too. Okay. The next thing you're going to do is any of your consultants who maybe once did the business, aren't currently doing business, but they're shoppers.
Mm-hmm.
You can put them in there. I know I had grandfathered consultants, so I have that as a category. For those who are newer, you won't know what those are, and that's okay. You don't need to. Yeah. And then your business partners. And then everything from there will just make sense, and you'll have enough hands-on that you'll know what to do next over there. But that's how you do it. And just take each one, just set aside an hour or two to get her done, and put it on your calendar, block the time, and do it. Pull the trigger.
I've been thinking about it, and I do think it would make my life a lot easier.
In the end,
it's setting it up that is overwhelming.
Yeah, just one at a time. Your just get your hot prospects in there, because those are the ones you definitely don't want to lose out on, right? Like Tammy was saying, we've all done that. Shoot, where did I put that little slip of paper? Dang it! I need to call her back. Shoot. know, just start somewhere.
Okay. Do you use the app on your phone as well? Does it alert you if you're supposed to contact somebody or?
I do my calls from my desk. The way I use my app is just the way Cheryl did. I'm at a train and the train is long. I pull up my app and I say, oh, who can I call?
Okay.
But I don't use that as alerts. There's a dashboard that gives you your day's calls.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So what's really nice is you can lay your head on your pillow at night and say, I did all my calls.
Right.
Whereas if you don't have a tool like this, you're like, I should have. You're shooting all over yourself, right?
Yeah.
It's a terrible feeling. You know, having peace and joy in my business is one of my greatest pleasures because I didn't always have that, and FitFu is a part of that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Amy.
Leslie,
Yes.
when I started using FitFu last year, I found they have, and I don't know where it is, but there's an Excel file that you can download, and you can enter people in that. So like for your quick 40 to put in, it's actually faster to go through and type in on an Excel sheet than to use their individual one for each person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's if you're used to Excel and you know how to import and export, that's a fabulous tool. If you have a handful of stickies and you're like, I just want to type these in, just type them in. Just add client and do it one by one. But so what Ellen is saying is you can open up a spreadsheet in Microsoft Excel and you can have columns, and the first column is called first name. The next column is last name. The next column is phone number, and so forth. And you get that all typed in, and then you can go open FitFu and you can import them all at once. And that's another way to do it, but most people won't do that. Karen, what do you have there? It's hard to see, it's just all white.
You're muted, Karen. Can you unmute yourself quick?
Yeah, it's really just the screen for FitFu, and basically it's saying what you're saying. I was just showing it. It says name, last name, reference ID, email, phone number, mobile. I have the app. I never started the program. So
yeah. Yeah, it's all about the data. Your app is only as good as the data that's in the program. So if there's nobody in it, you will have nothing in there. Yeah, the app is only as good as the data that is in there. It's all about having good sound data. That's everything.
And so the imports would have to be done on a piece or on a computer, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. Linda.
Leslie, do you use Hootsuite to schedule your social media posts?
I don't, but that's my next step.
Mm-hmm.
I do just the 30-day clean eating program right now. There's certain, Hootsuite will post to groups. It won't post to pages. So a page, like our independent consultant page, would be an ideal place for me to have a consistent thread of posts. But Hootsuite, from my understanding, I can't figure it out, won't post to a page. So one of the tips that I got from, I don't know where, because I've been a lot of places this fall, was to definitely have a Facebook group for your product users, whether they're clients, preferred clients, grandfather consultants, or wholesale shoppers as a consultant. Having a group for your shoppers is one thing that I'm going to set up. And Melinda, that's how I'm going to use Hootsuite for my shoppers. Versus my page was just more like a billboard, like a one-way conversation. Whereas my group that I'm going to send up for my shoppers is going to be more like a two-way, this is just for Leslie's, preferred clients, that kind of thing. So I expect to use it there.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. So what kind of things can you post? Well, the one thing that I'm going to do is make sure that I'm compliant and post things that Arbonne would be very proud of me to post. And so Adventures in Arbonne, those videos, anything from Arbonne International's YouTube channel. They have little short videos on the Genius. They have short videos on just about everything, single product. So what I'll do is I'll create an Excel spreadsheet to load up to Hootsuite. And in that, each day, like day 1 through 30, maybe I'll do 1 post per day or 2 posts per day. I will pull from an Arbonne resource, which will be a URL link. So the destination will be a URL link. So I'll take that and post it every day. And I can be on vacation, and I'm still getting exposure. I'm so excited about that. I can hardly stand myself. It's awesome. And this is automated because I am going on a 7-day vacation next week. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'll have this set up before then. I probably will.
What I noticed on Arbonne, or at the bottom of the newsletter we get from Arbonne, they have links to articles written about Arbonne. So it's a third party.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to start posting. So it's somebody else talking about it, not me.
Love that. Yes, that would be ideal. That would probably be more ideal than the links I mentioned. Yeah, good idea, Melinda. Woo! I'm going to get that set up. I'm inspired.
I love
A
it.
Facebook group for my shoppers. Lovely. Third-party endorsement. That's critical.
So,
All right.
so something that Amy and I were struggling with the other day was how to send our catalog link via text message. I just couldn't, every time I copied the link, it came up as an error message. And I don't know what I'm not doing right.
Okay, so where did you get the link from, Tammy? Do you know?
Well, I would log into my website and then click on the catalog, and then it asks, English, whatever.
Yeah.
English, U.S., Canadian, Poland. Yeah. So then you click on the United States, and it says share.
So Tammy, you don't want to log in.
Oh, you
go
don't want to log
client
in.
page, don't log in, and then just grab the catalog from, like, your client going there. That's where you get it.
Yeah, so you would go to tammyray.arbonne.com. You're not logged in. In the upper right-hand corner will be catalog. Click on that. Then that URL, you copy that URL, just like Karen said. Amy, what were you going to say?
So Tammy and I were talking about this because I was trying to do it, and I was trying to do it that way, and I kept getting an error message.
The app, do you have it downloaded to your phone?
Yes, and I tried that too.
I'm a little surprised that didn't work, because usually when you tap on the part that says PDF, you should be able to forward that in a text message.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I was doing something wrong, but I tried that.
I would like to just, Amy, just say that that the new shopping app with the catalog and all that, I don't think all the bugs are worked out yet. So I
don't have that.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I was talking about the catalog app, Amy. So
didn't we
not
do
the shopping one.
One time where we all put it on our phones. I cannot get it to work. I'll try sending that.
Okay. If you're using that link, you should know that Arbonne has suggested to us that we don't even do save a link as a favorite on our desktop if we're using our laptop. That link and that address can change every 3 hours.
Yep.
There you
But
go.
they do upload, they do those updates to the app. So when you have it as an app on your phone instead of having it as a favorite on your website, that app constantly updates.
Mm-hmm. And so the scenario is this. You just met a gal at the salon. She was sitting next to you in the chair. You were chatting about Arbonne. She said, I would love to look at your catalog.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'm going to send her a link to my website catalog versus, okay, Susie Q, here, download the app. No, I actually don't have any space on my phone to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Getting somebody to take action is like pulling teeth sometimes. So I'm trying to make it slippery smooth. No, what do you call it, Tammy? No road bumps, no stoppers, right? No speed bumps. We got major highway there, fast as can be. So I send them the link. I do send them the link. But the app, I think, is awesome for other situations as well. So just go grab a new link. And here's what I do. This is what I tell my team. We just talked about this. I have a notes page on my phone. I have an iPhone, so I have notes. And I think people who have Androids have Memo or something. Okay, it's Memo. So what I do is I have this. It says links to save on your phone for presenting from your smartphone or anything else. I have our 30-day. I have our 5-minute overview YouTube video of the 30-day program. I have the ASVPs, the new ones. That's a link that I can send to someone. I have the free list item and a host rewards link. And what is Arbonne? Because we use that. It's just a presentation. Don't get hung up on that one. And then the catalog. So I'm ready at a moment's notice to go into my notes, and I hold my finger down, select, copy, go to text message, paste, send.
Oh my gosh. Would you post that set of links? So we can just save them on our phone too.
I would be happy to do that.
Amazing.
However,
That's awesome, Leslie.
You have to know that the 30 Days to Healthy Living and Beyond is what my team uses. The 30-day YouTube, is the YouTube video is, me talking. And obviously the ASVPs from Arbonne, the free item list is from Arbonne, host rewards is from Arbonne, and the catalog is from Arbonne. So most of those will apply.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's on my smartphone, so I can do business wherever I am as long as there's Wi-Fi, right? Which nowadays there's Wi-Fi just about everywhere. But some of these, if you click, you can save to your phone. So if I am, say, getting on a long flight to Hawaii, not that I've done that recently, but just an example, I'll download it to my phone. So the person I'm sitting next to, guess what? They're going to be so engaged in our conversation. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, I've been looking to do a cleaning program. Tell me all about it. I'm like, sure. And I'll bring it up on my phone and we'll page through it.
Mm-hmm. I love
it. That's how I do all my presentations now too, guys. I do not print scripts and take them with me, but you can. It's just I find that I have to keep it simple, else I'm going to lose my mind because I am in such great momentum that I can't have scripts go out of date and, 3 minutes later, there's a pricing change, You have to keep it super simple. And if you have a smartphone, you have $1 million business and you can utilize it. And if you're like, my smartphone kind of intimidates me, take a workshop. Grab a friend and go take a workshop for your phone and use it. That is a huge time saver and it can be such a stress reliever too. Just know that everything is tight, You ever feel like everything's so loosey-goosey, you're about ready to lose your mind? Can't find my presentation bag. Where's my sea salt? Where's my order form? Tighten it up, and this is one way to do it.
So I have another question too. Do you mind just talking a little bit about Red Stamp?
Yeah, I think Red Stamp is a wonderful tool, and it's free, and there's an Arbonne set of templates. It's fabulous if you want to make an invitation to send as an email, if you want to print it, if you want to send it as a text message. I use it all the time, and it just helps you be professional, and it looks great. It's wonderful. As far as how to use it, I think for me, and what I did is I just downloaded the Red Stamp app, and then I fumbled around and found the Arbonne templates, and I said, oh, there they are. And I clicked on it. I'm like, oh, these are pretty. And I just started pressing buttons and learned what did what. And I learned how to use it that way. And I think anybody can do that way. Now, there's some YouTube videos and such. You can watch those as well, but you can't goof up. You're not going to have a charge to your credit card for $100 because you pressed the wrong button or something. You just fail forward on that one. Just use it.
Great, thank you.
Awesome.
I love how you don't talk down to us at all, Leslie. Thank you. You're making us all feel good about utilizing the technology that's right here for all of us.
I think the main thing that makes me a good techie is I'm not afraid to fall on my face. I click and click and click, and I might break something little, but then I learn how to fix it, and I learn by failing forward. And it's the same thing with everything in life. Fail forward. Talk to that person even though you don't know what to say, because then you'll learn what to say. Yeah, feel forward.
I'm in help desk every day, and the one thing that people fear the most, and you know this, Leslie, they're afraid to break it. They don't want to touch it. The most simplistic thing that people think they're going to break it. Somebody knows how to do it. There's always somebody who knows something more than you. Don't be
Beautiful.
afraid.
Beautiful. Well said. Well said. That was perfect. Awesome.
you.
Fail forward. Yeah, and the same thing with Photofy, you guys. Photofy is an app that's it's like Red Stamp on steroids. I should say it's like Red Stamp on our 30-day program. It is amazing, and there's all the templates there's a lot more templates. There are a lot more little icons and little stamps and things that you can do. Word sayings. There is a fee for it, but it's that much better, and it's it's $8 for a year or something like that. Whatever, or $8 life.
So Photofy, you can do like your event flyers as well?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's mostly photos, though. There's so many times, I can't even remember the last time I printed a 8.5 by 11 flyer for an event. Everything's electronic these days, right?
I like texting.
I just never, So what I like to do is create a photo or use Red Stamp or Photofy, create, something that represents the event that I have coming up and send it to someone. Or better yet, you guys, again, just to go back to the basics. Do you have to use Red Stamp or Photofy? No! Just text someone and say, oh my gosh, I'm having this amazing event, and it would be the world to me if you come. It's Saturday at 7 o'clock. Can you make it? Mm-hmm. Or call them. You don't have to use any of these tools to be excellent at network marketing. Cecilia Stoll, #1 income earner, and Arbonne didn't have any of these tools. How did she do it? She went wide. She went super duper wide, and her paycheck is amazing, and she just has an extraordinary life because of her hard work.
She mailed newsletters every month herself and had to put them in envelopes and stamps on them, and she mailed them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
And I think you guys, I can share because I was alone with Cecilia before a VP meeting when we went to Oklahoma, and I went early to help set up. I went there early just to see if I could sit at the feet of Cecilia, and we got to be alone, and I had questions. But you know what I got out of that, you guys, more than anything is what you said, something that it's her being. Mm-hmm. It was in her being. She has excellence. She brings excellence to everything she does. She keeps in contact with her people. I get a birthday gift, you guys. She hardly knows me. She's organized. She's on time. And like I was saying earlier about your stuff being tight, and you have her life is simple and it's tight. She has her arms around it. Nothing is willy-nilly hanging out there blowing in the wind. Everything is handled with excellence and with such spirit that we have one of the best people on the planet as our mentor, Cecilia Stoll. Yeah. No doubt about that. And so just tighten up your stuff. Have integrity in your word. Get your systems in place. Simplify. Get your automation in place. Simplify, simplify, simplify. And talk to 40 people every month. Like, really print that sheet. Now, I can call myself out on this. I didn't print that sheet for a couple of months. I'm like, oh, Leslie. I saw my business go, ooh, just a little bit. I'm like, I got to print that sheet. And I got to write names in those spaces. Yeah. So right now I think I'm at 12, and I love the game of it, right? But it's doing the simple, mundane things, keeping to the basics, and having your business tight, automated with systems in place so that you can duplicate wide and deep.
Yes. And whatever we want to grow, we need to track. So I love that too.
Yes, ma'am.
Tracking, and yes, that's as simple as it gets, is 40 faces. However that works into your life, group presentations, one-on-ones, 40 faces. There you go.
Keep your blinders on. Don't get distracted by shiny objects or other success lines doing other things. Stick to the basics and go up to your upline directly for advice and coaching You know, don't go left and right and all over the place. That's another thing that Cecilia spoke about, and that's another topic. But to have that unity and community is so key to being successful in network marketing.
Love it. Love it. Well, does anyone else have any questions or anything else to add?
I have one quick question. So on FitFu, so you do it on your desktop, laptop, and on the phone. For the app that goes with it, how quickly does it synchronize any changes you make?
I think it's within minutes. I've never had a gap. I've never noticed a gap. And it might be because I don't use the app for my everyday, like, who should I call? So that's a good question. I don't have the answer to that, but I've never had someone who's on, that I've entered into the system from my laptop, not show up on my app. I've never had that happen, but I've never looked at it like 20 seconds later either to see. That's a good question. I would send that question to info@fitfu.com and ask them. It's a good question.
Okay.
Yes, Terry. Oh, Terry, we can't hear you. Is the...
You're unmuted, but...
I'm unmuted. It's
Oh, there you go.
There we go. When you signed up for your Hootsuite, did you make your, like, did you use an email or did you link it to your Facebook account right away?
Facebook.
You signed in with Facebook?
I did.
Okay.
Mhm.
I was multitasking.
Yep, I said, no, that's a good question, and it's a detailed question, and so if you're not tracking that, that's okay. But when you get your Hootsuite account, they're going to want to know what your social media accounts are, and I connected it to my Facebook account so that they would know who I was, so I can log in with that, and they can go and search what groups I created. So as soon as I make, say, a November 30-day clean eating program group, Hootsuite knows that I did that, and they can find it. Does that make sense? I can connect the two within Hootsuite. It's not that hard. It's just like connecting the dots. Sounds maybe complicated, but it's not. Once you do it, it's kind of like riding a bike. Once you do, you're like, I get it.
Cool.
Not so bad.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you for
You're
all the great
welcome.
questions too. That's really
Yeah.
adds to everyone learning more. Thank you.
Good questions.
Does anyone else have a question or anything else to add? All right. Well, love you guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I know that we all learned a lot, and Leslie, you are a blessing to all of us. Thank you so much for sharing and just, taking time to do this. And we just appreciate and love you. And oh my goodness, you guys, we right here, look at this screen. We are the next wave of NVPs, and it's because we're going to take this and implement it, because this is just, an hour wasted if we're not going to implement it and really get some traction in our business. So let's all just grow our teams and be excellent and up our game in every way, because we are Arbonne. Who we are being, we are Arbonne. We represent our company. So in every way, our mindset, our words, how we treat people, and the excellence that we, take our business seriously with, right? In every way, we are Arbonne. So love you so much. Thanks for being on, and can't wait to be with you again. Mwah.
Thanks, Tammy.
Yes, thank you, Leslie. Love you. Good night, everybody.
Right.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Bye, Michael.